Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Wait till they stop.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday. Good morning. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What's happening?
That's right. The
let me light my
weekend is
candle.
almost here, damn it. Yes, it's Thursday.
We don't ask that, Envy.
I'm still at dance. I come back today. Yesterday was their last performance. No, actually, today is their last performance. They do this opening number where they have all the big awards, and sometimes your kids are invited to do the opening number where they learn an actual dance right then and there, and they have to perform it. So that is this afternoon, and then I will be back on my way home, and Nationals is officially over for me.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, man.
Ain't nobody got no lighter? All these weed smokers in here? My lighter not working.
I'm
Just got
sorry.
one.
I know it's at the bottom of my purse, so you won't have to wait.
Man, gotta light this candle, man. Gotta set the mood. This candle done, right?
I was going to say, it ain't even no more candle in there. Ain't no more
I
wax.
got plenty of them over there. You see, we loaded. We loaded, man. We
Yeah.
loaded. How y'all feel out there? I feel good, man. Today is good. The holidays about to come.
Yes, you got your shorts on, baby. He got on these apricot shorts.
I do.
Yeah.
And
That was
slides.
an apricot short. I mean, the color apricot.
Yeah.
I thought it was
the
just
color
yellow.
Apricot.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't
Apricot
yellow?
is not yellow. No, let me say.
Man,
no.
it's just yellow.
No, that's like egg custard.
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Yeah,
Air
custard.
custard.
Egg
Oh,
custard.
egg
Oh,
custard.
egg custard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, egg custard. Don't play with me.
I thought he said air custard.
I said air custard.
It's the accent.
Maybe you know something I don't know. It could be Baltimore. What's egg
So
custard?
why do you have on socks with the slides then and shorts?
What you want me to have my feet out? Because you know, yesterday I got a manicure. I didn't get a pedicure yesterday. I didn't need one, but I got a manicure.
Yeah.
Because I had a split nail. You ever had your nail? You see how the nail, like the actual nail was split?
At the top.
Yeah, I had that yesterday. It's so interesting watching nail techs put it back together. Because you know your nail be split, but then when you watch them do the gel and the glue and everything, it's really a science to
I know
it.
that's right, Joe. So
Yeah.
you got a Joe Manny?
Well, on this one finger.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the right finger too. Okay.
Yo, Jess, when I say Charlamagne is always in the nail shop, and they love him, when Charlamagne walks in, they be like, "Oh, the little man is it?" They love
be like,
Charlamagne.
They don't say little man.
Yes, they do.
they say
They
little
say
man.
Lenard.
The little man is
Lenard,
here.
'cause, you know, they're all Asian, so they and they got the accent. But the reality of the situation is people love me everywhere I go.
Yeah, they
right.
did. They did.
Because you actually have conversations with them. I talk to them. I want to see what's going on. Y'all go in there, don't even look at the people in the eye when y'all talk to them.
Oh no.
My daughters
Just tell
go,
them what to do.
my
Do
wife
this, do that.
goes, and they be so excited. They be like, "Charlamagne came in today." I be like, "How many times does Charlamagne go to the damn
They
nail
don't even
salon?"
call me Charlamagne.
Because they think that we don't know that they talking about us sometimes. They talk about you with a smile. Tell me, how you they going? I be like, no. What she say?
But that's why you should have conversations with them.
How if I don't understand, babe?
They speak English too.
I know, but then it's the English
They
part,
only
and then
talk-
they'll
they only-
turn their head over and be like, "Hi, go ahead,
They
lady."
only do that when you act stank with them.
I
Going
don't. I
in-
never do. I be trying to make jokes. Maybe they be saying that joke was bad or something. I don't know.
Damn.
Oh my God. Well, let's get this show popping. Who we got joining us this morning? Bro?
Joy Taylor, the co-host of Speak on FS1, and she's got her podcast, the Two Personal Podcast, that's out right now. Season 2's already started, so Joy will be here to talk to us this morning.
Nice.
All right, and then we got front page news. She'll be breaking down everything that's happening. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off some quick sports. First round of the NBA draft was last night, and as expected, Cooper Flag was picked number 1 by the Mavericks. Of course, he is leaving Duke, so congrats to him.
Big night for white Africans, man. You know what I mean? Dropping the clues bombs for all the white Africans out there.
Nice.
Cooper Flag. You know, his actual name is Cooper. Kupa. Cooper Flag went number 1. Yes.
That is
just
not true. His
Americanized
name is
Cooper?
Cooper,
No,
C-O-P-P-E-R.
he's original from Nigeria. His family's from
my
Nigeria.
goodness.
He's a white African. Cooper Flag.
Why you keep saying that? The Spurs picked up Dylan Harper. 76ers picked up VJ Edgecombe. So
I don't know none of these people you just named. It sounds like you
I just
naming the
know Cooper
double
Flag.
XL freshman list. Okay, I know Cooper Flag. That's it.
My goodness. What else we got, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, well, it feels good to be back. And how y'all feeling on a Thursday?
Bless Black and highly
Great.
favored.
Let me shout out Mimi for holding it down for me yesterday. I really appreciate it. But let's get into some front page news. Okay, so President Trump is back at the White House after attending the NATO summit in the Netherlands. Now, Trump doubled down on his claims that Iran's nuclear program has been destroyed after U.S. airstrikes and said it was a total obliteration. Now, Trump has been pushing back against multiple reports that say early Pentagon intelligence suggested Iran's nuclear program was only set back months. Now, the president also claims Iran was not able to move nuclear materials before the strikes happened. Trump went on to say he doesn't see Iran getting involved in the nuclear business anymore, and he doesn't seem to care whether there is an agreement with Iran or not. Let's take a listen to his comments.
We want no nuclear, but we destroyed the nuclear. In other words, it's destroyed. I said Iran will not have nuclear. Well, we blew it up. It's blown up. To me, I don't think it's that necessary. I mean, they had a war, they fought. Now they're going back to their world. I don't care if I have an agreement or not.
Yeah, so elsewhere at the NATO summit, President Trump says he spoke with Ukrainian President Zelensky as they continue working towards ending their issues with Russia, their war with Russia. And he went on to say a ceasefire was not discussed between him and Zelensky. Let's take a listen to those comments on why.
Vladimir Putin has been more difficult. Frankly, I had some problems with Zelensky. You may have read about him. And it's been more difficult than other wars.
So Trump went on to say he will be speaking with Russian President Vladimir Putin soon. And the president said he had a nice conversation with Zelensky and believes that the Ukrainian leader does want to end the war as soon as possible. It's not like he asked for it anyway.
I would think you would still need an agreement, though, because, I mean, if they're not sure that they got rid of the uranium that can still make the weapons,
Right.
and if the program has only been set back a few months, you would think that you would still want an agreement, unless you just are letting them know, I don't need an agreement, because even if y'all start again, I'm going to just drop another bomb on y'all.
And that's just my sentiment on a personal note. I feel like that's the sentiment, Charlamagne, is that, he's probably upset with Israel and the way that things went with the strikes. So,
Iran, you mean?
Both. He expressed that he's upset with both. So, yeah, so in that, it's kind of like, well, I don't feel like I might need an agreement, because at this point, it could be like all bets are off. You make an agreement and you see what people are doing with it.
Got you.
Yeah. So today, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, he is set to hold a press conference this morning at 8 a.m. President Trump took to Truth Social to say the major news conference will defend B-2 bomber pilots' dignity after a leak suggested the pilots' attack on Iranian nuclear sites were not as serious as mentioned. Now, Trump went on to say it will be both interesting and irrefutable. Hegseth claims news outlets are reporting a leaked analysis in an attempt to smear President Trump. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt pushed back on reports saying Iran's nuclear program has been delayed but not destroyed. She said there are more unseen reports that show Iran's nuke sites are buried under mountains of rubble. And of course, all of this is as a result of this, the Trump administration says it will limit the sharing of classified information with Congress. So lawmakers are also expected to be briefed today. The Senate receives a classified briefing today, with the House set to follow on Friday.
But didn't that intelligence come from the Trump administration? Didn't the Trump administration tell us they weren't sure if they got rid of the facilities?
They are denying that. They are saying that the facilities, they are doubling down. They are saying 10 toes on it's destroyed, it's obliterated, it's done. Whereas there seems to be a leak, and Congress doesn't. Well, there are members of Congress who don't think it came from Congress, but there does appear to be a leak in some of that intelligence, and they're trying to figure out who leaked that information. So it's unclear as to who leaked that early intelligence information as to the status of those nuclear sites.
Right.
But I'll continue to keep you guys posted as to what takes place or what develops regarding that. So y'all stick around. More front page news at 7.
All right. And everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's going on? It's Malik from Brooklyn.
What's up, Malik?
What up?
Get it off your chest, brother.
On Charlamagne, Envy, Miss Jess.
How you doing?
Doing well. I want to say God is good, man. I just won a long custody battle for my daughter, my 1-year-old Melody.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, brother.
Congrats, brother.
How you feel?
Yeah, I want to say, man, I feel amazing, man. I want to tell all the single fathers out there, man, stay in the fight. It's going to get greater later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, look, quick question though, y'all.
You still going to let her be around the mom, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not one of them. I actually could have her on child support, but I ain't going to be that nasty with it.
Or
Yeah.
I want to know, can I put my cash up out there right quick?
Go ahead, brother.
you better. You're going to need it.
Okay, look, it's Rich Fatherhood 1. Rich Fatherhood 1. Make sure the one behind it. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you,
Good
brother.
luck, brother.
Congratulations again, man.
Yep.
Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, hold on.
Man, you
Yeah, I want to get off my chest. Jim Jones got to be the biggest bozo of New York City.
Okay, where you calling from?
New
I'm
York.
calling from the BS.
Okay.
The reason why I say Jim Jones the biggest bozo because he's 48 years old and he's talking about going viral. Leave that for the young boys. Now got a legacy. You worrying about going viral. Now it's got a legacy.
It is interesting, but Jim is doing all of this just for the viralness of it all. He said that already.
That's what he said.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he
Listen.
said that.
Listen, I have no problem with that, but that's for the young boys. He's 48. He need to grow up and, and speak a little something different. Now he's got a legacy. He can't do that.
I tell you,
Now,
go ahead, Jim.
I was gonna say now, people listening be like, it's kind of crazy. The first thing you did when you woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning is call the Breakfast Club about Jim Jones when there's so many other things going on in the world.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Because I just seen the Esso interview that Jim Jones did.
Oh yeah, I saw the Esso and Heineken. Well, I saw the clip from Esso and Heineken.
Yeah, I saw that clip too.
Salute the bag
you're
too.
absolutely right.
But
we got other things going on in the world, but
it is interesting.
Right now,
though.
I'm in New York City, and I'm worried about the mayor race too. Let's go Mondani.
It is interesting though, because Jim does have the right to his opinion. But here's the thing about your opinion: people have the right to disagree with your opinion too. So clearly, a lot of people disagree with his.
Yes,
a lot of people disagree with his opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, sometimes you don't slow your roll. That's all.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too. Hey, Jess and Loren, keep doing your thing. I love y'all, beautiful ladies.
Thank you so much.
All right, brother. I don't even know where that conversation started from. It's just a weird conversation to compare Nas and Jim Jones. It just doesn't even make sense.
I will say though, what's so interesting, it makes you go do some real research, because I was like, damn, maybe I'm missing something. Just off my, culturally, and just as a rapper, Nas is light years ahead of Jim. But I just like, let me go see what's going on stat wise.
He'll make you feel like that.
Yeah, but it's still not even close.
Damn.
It's not even close stat wise. I even looked up who's been, after Jim said that yesterday, I literally went to go look up who's more searched on the internet, Jim Jones and Nas, and it's Nas by a long shot.
God
Like, how people can look and see who's searching for artists? It's Nas by a long shot. Like, you can there's metrics for this, people.
Yeah, of course. And Nas's catalog is dumb long.
Yeah, even the streams, like I think on Spotify, Nas does like 10 million a month or something like that. Jim is in the hundreds of thousands. Like, I'm just saying, and I like Jim. I think Jim's music is dope. But when you start talking like that about somebody like Nas, I just got to go see for myself.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray!
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is. We live?
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, Breakfast Club. It's J.A.
J.A. from Inday.
Hey.
Hey, good morning, Chris. Charlamagne, we got beef.
Why we got
you
beef?
Didn't know it? Let me tell you why. While you was gone, they had a guest come up there that was a witch doctor. It's Jess' fault. It was some dude named Dr. Thomas. He came on there and said, if you work out for one day a week, you ain't got to work out no more this week. And I know you wouldn't have tolerated that.
Dr. Morris?
Charlamagne, it's your fault. Yeah, something. It's your fault, Charlamagne.
Why you call him a witch doctor, though?
Well, he's not a witch doctor.
Not a witch doctor.
Salute to Dr. Chuck Morris. He has this machine or device that if you work out one day a week for about 30 minutes a day, it's the same as working out for 5 days. Now, I tried it. Jess has been doing it, so after about 4 weeks, I'll let you know how it is.
It's very effective. It's healthy,
tell them
but
it
it's
costs
very effective.
$58,000, and it's $150 for 10 seconds and $600 for a membership. So, Charlamagne, if you was here, they wouldn't have did it. So I'm screening you from now on.
What? I was going to him before.
Yeah, Jess been going for him for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks now.
And Charlamagne don't be controlling what I be doing.
I did say the other day Jess looked diesel. I did say that. I don't know why. I randomly
You
just
know
saw
why?
like,
Because you saw the muscles, yeah.
Yeah, you do look diesel. But it
Not
could be
today.
steroids.
No, I'm definitely not taking no damn steroids, boy.
Why
Goodbye,
you say it
Jess.
like that?
Yo.
You've done harder drugs.
Yes, I have, but I'm not about to be taking steroids for what?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Yes, this is Jesus. Scott, I had a quick suggestion. Why don't you hear this album called Selena Greatest Hits? And
Brother got a little stutter. Go ahead, brother.
You DJing this morning.
He
Let's
got a
talk.
little stutter.
Let's talk.
Go ahead, brother.
anyway, y'all hear Selena Greatest Hits. The two songs I recommend is Where Did the Feeling Go and Dreaming of You.
Where did the
You
feeling
saying you a
go?
rapper?
No, he's requesting a song.
No.
Oh.
I'm just a listener.
You're a listener.
I like that.
You want to hear a song?
He just requested two of them. Now you're confusing the man.
Yeah, man.
Which two?
Okay. The best one I recommend is Selena.
Selena,
Where Did the Feeling Go?
Yes.
Selena. Okay, what's the other one?
Dreaming of You.
Who sings that?
Selena.
Oh.
Yes.
Selena.
Selena, Where Did the Feeling Go? And Selena, Dreaming of You. Classic records right there, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Selena, she's the one that passed away back in 1995.
I know. Let's don't disrespect me, okay? And by the way, Envy better know that because he's Dominican. Let me tell
I'm
you.
not Dominican nor am I Latino. I had no idea the other songs he was talking
I
about.
bet you can sing those songs without stuttering, can't you? That's the beauty of music and the power of music.
Yes. And by the way, Where Did the Feeling Go? It's a good song. It's like a When You Survive.
Listen, I'm with you, brother. I
Yeah.
know them
Okay.
records. I
Yeah.
know Selena, Where Did the Feeling Go?
I love that.
All alone, nothing to do. Is lonely here without you. Okay, the candlelight is
anybody
burning
can
low.
pull
The
up
love songs on the radio.
geniuslyrics.com.
He
Anybody
definitely has
can pull
genius up. He
Who
has
hasn't
genius on
seen
his
Selena
laptop.
movie with J-Lo? That's a classic. You better know
He's not
them
talking about
records.
the movie, sweetie. He's talking about the actual catalog of Selena.
And you don't think
Yes.
those songs are in the movie?
Not
He
all
pulled
of
up the
them.
genius.
Yes, they are. What are you talking about? What are they talking about?
Shut up, Rick.
That's like saying Tina Turner ain't got What's Love Got to Do with it.
No, she does, but not
What you
all
mean?
Tina Turner hits are in the
But
movie.
those are classics, though. Like those
Okay.
are two. Those are two. Like any. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna say casuals,
Sing
but yes,
it.
casuals. know
Sing
them.
it.
I
Give me a
just
nice.
did.
No, you said it.
The
Sing
candlelight on the radio. What is it? The starts burning low. The candlelight on the
He's
radio.
reading genius, Jess. Come
Definitely reading.
Why? Listen, don't get mad at me because you Dominican and you don't know nothing about your culture.
on. I'm not Dominican.
And you
I'm not
Mexican
Dominican.
and don't know nothing about yours.
No. I'm married into the Mexicans. Don't play with me
I'm
like
not
that.
Dominican at all. But get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got the latest with Loren coming up.
We do. Back in court yesterday, and we got some clarification on these charges that were not dropped against Sean Diddy Combs. So we're going to break it all down.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Lauren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm a homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
All right. So Diddy's charged. Diddy is being charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, those charges were not affected yesterday by that letter that was sent by the prosecution to the judge. But now what will happen is the jury will have fewer predicates or theories that they have to consider when they're doing deliberations. So there were no actual charges dropped against Sean Diddy Combs, but theories to think on as you're figuring out what you want to do or decide were backed away from. And that is what we spent hours in court going through yesterday, how the jury is going to be instructed to think on everything that they've seen, all 34 witness testimonies.
Yeah, I had no idea what any of that meant yesterday. So that's why I'm glad I got attorney friends, because I had to ask one simple question yesterday. What does streamline the instructions that will be issued to jurors mean?
Yes.
And they mean that you just took away a couple of the predicates. So it was the arson and the kidnapping, right?
It was the arson, the attempted kidnapping, and the aiding and abetting of the sex trafficking, because the sex trafficking, there are a couple different elements there. And they didn't even go into what exact theory under that they want to move away from, but they did mention that. But
and it's crazy, right? Because they say they're withdrawn, but it's like you're literally just asking the jury not to consider them, but the jury can't unhear what they heard.
Yo, and the theories that they had for the arson was the Kid Cudi car situation, and then the attempted kidnapping. Specifically, they mentioned when Capricorn Clark said that she was taken, or that she was taken for this lie detector test and held against her will, and then when Cassie said that she was held at the London hotel. We've heard these stories so many times from so many different people, so many different ways. It's like, how do you unhear that?
Yeah, how can you be a juror sitting there, hear Capricorn Clark say that, hear Cassie say that, and then not consider it?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
I don't know how that. I really don't know how that works. And I think, but when Diddy's attorney Shapiro was arguing for that acquittal. I mean, if I'm a judge, and I'm not, but if I had to make a decision, I would only say that it's kind of fair that they don't even have to think about those even charge-wise when it comes to certain things, and you drop certain things, because you can't unhear all that stuff. It's in your mind now.
Yeah.
But that's what the instructions are for. And yesterday we were in court, supposed to start at 12, then it got pushed to 2, then it got pushed to 3, and we were in the court, and at 3 o'clock they told us that they wanted 30 more minutes, and then Diddy said, no, we need 45 more minutes, so then it got pushed to 3:45. So around 4 o'clock, court started. We didn't leave there until it was probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
For what?
Because they go through, there was like 66, 70 pages of different instructions that the jury will be giving on how they're supposed to go through their deliberations. You go through, it's every count. They're literally going word for word, line for line, and they battling it out with this.
So was this part boring?
Oh, it was boring. It did get a little spicy, though. I'm not gonna lie. At the end of it got a little spicy. Woke us all up. They started arguing about commercial sexual acts and how they will be defined in this instruction. Diddy's team was arguing like, well, y'all have been saying this whole time that a commercial sexual act is something that is a completed act. So you actually got to do the things. But now in your instruction, you're like...
You mean like completion, like the whole, like the ejaculation?
All of that. Like you actually physically engaged in something and then you got to that point. But now, according to what was written in the instructions, Diddy team is like, y'all moving the goalposts, because now y'all saying it doesn't have to be a completed act. But that y'all done set this whole case up on completed acts. And Shapiro started going off. She was naming or listing things that they've said in their opening statement. She was going off to the point where even a judge, and he don't get flustered, he was like, yo, I need a 10-minute break. We'll be back.
The judge needed a break.
Yo, they were going at it. She was very upset. Diddy's attorneys yesterday did a great job of they're protecting their client to the point where they want to make sure everything is very distinctly defined, because if anything is vague, it's almost like the government can... we might not have everything on it, but we got you there, so boom, it's our win. And they're like, nope, not happening.
So the moral of the story is he's still charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution, but they have fewer predicates to consider during deliberation.
Yes, that is exactly
so
it.
That
so
means
none of
that
the charges were dropped like everybody was saying yesterday?
No.
So that means he'll probably be found not guilty on the RICO, but probably guilty of the sex trafficking and engaging in prostitution.
That's what it sounds like.
I feel like that's what, if I'm having a guess.
What is his demeanor? What was he like yesterday?
Oh, he was...
Does he look worried? Does he look...
In the beginning, he was just very involved. Like I told y'all, he's the one who asked for the additional 15 minutes that started at 3:45. He was sitting in his chair. He had a earpiece in his ear, almost like the AirPod. But then once they were getting through it, he's nodding as things are happening. And the jury's not in the room, so he could do so. But then there was a moment where he was talking to his kids, and I was like, man... The regular Diddy came out, and so he was very at ease, but he's talking to his kids, and he's low-key kind of giving them love. It's motivation a little bit, but letting them know that he loved them, he appreciated them being there, and yeah, he seemed really at ease yesterday, I guess as much as he can be, but he's very, very involved, extremely involved.
The pictures when people are sketching, do he look like that?
Yeah, he very much a lot of gray, salt and pepper vibes. He looks like a man that, no shade to Kohl's, but he very much looks like a man that shops at Kohl's with a crew neck sweater.
Hey.
Not saying no shade. No shade. I have no issue with Kohl's.
Like a man that shop at Kohl's.
What's wrong with y'all this week?
Because
H&M, Zara, Kohl's. Wow.
Y'all know what I'm...
Be LoRosa?
No, don't do me, because I got on Zara H&M right now, and I proudly wear mine.
You look like a man that shop at Kohl's.
But what
you did a guy from Kohl's?
What I'm saying is that people think that Diddy is coming in their tailored suit, Balenciaga suit, like they think they're imagining Diddy take that, and it's not.
No, we not. We seen the sketches.
People still ask me every day, what is he wearing? Is he really coming in court like that? Are those sketches real? And I'm like, yes.
Don't miss
he
your
looks like
blessing
a
in
regular
Kohl's.
guy.
That man that you looking to walk you down the aisle is probably right now in Kohl's buying a fire.
Y'all want to be some homies so bad.
Crazy.
No.
Burlington Coat Factory. Yeah, name all those,
You
man.
would say that.
Ross, TJ Maxx,
Did you not
Marjorie.
learn anything from B. Simone this week?
Damn.
But that was wild.
And
usually
who's on trial here, Diddy or me? What is happening?
You a foul.
I
That's
got
why you
on
single.
Zara H&M right now, and I
That's
said
why
no
you single.
shade.
That was wild.
How you know what I am?
That's why you single.
Envy, how you
That's
know
all
what
them-
I got going on?
All them brothers from Coles trying to holler at you. You just
Nah,
playing
Loren
them?
ain't single. I got a video. But listen,
What?
Loren shot a crazy stray. Crazy
That's
stray to
wild.
Coles just now.
What is happening over here,
Oh,
Jess?
no, this is
Yeah,
the baby
you better
oil
change the
gel.
subject.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren and Simone. Now,
Ladies with Lauren Simone is
I be
crazy.
in Coles. Don't do that. Don't.
now,
I know a lot of places you be.
Not I
Whoa.
be. Where she be at? Who was she with? She was with
I
a
don't
guy?
be envy.
Or she was with a girl?
Envy. What?
I mean,
You want me to rap
Please
now?
clear it up.
You want me to rap now,
Hey,
Lauren?
what up? I don't know nothing.
Yes, I want you to rap.
All right, that was the latest with Lauren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. You heard that right. 1% down on a home with One Plus from Rocket Mortgage. Learn more today at 800-4ROCKET or rocket.com. Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in 50 states, NMLS, consumeraccess.org. Hashtag 3030. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, the NBA draft was last night. From Duke, Cooper Flag was picked by Mavericks, the first pick of the night.
The Dallas Mavericks. Salute to all the white Africans out there, man. We do not give the white Africans the credit they deserve. They came over here a couple of months ago, and they had some good few months. You know, Cooper Flag went number 1 last night in the NBA draft, and I don't know why we're not respecting that. That's your white African brother, Cooper Flag.
Cooper.
K-U-P-A.
Why you keep saying that? He's from Maine.
He's a white
He
African.
from Maine?
Yes.
He's a white African. Explain
I
why
don't
that
know why
white
you
boy
keep
can play
saying
basketball the way he can.
You
I
keep
don't
saying
know,
he's,
but
no, he's
how
not
you just gonna
African.
put him
He's
in
from
Africa
Maine.
like that?
He's white African. His name is Cooper Flag. All his family is from Nigeria.
That is okay. All right. People gonna believe you. You
So
know
if
that,
he
right?
ever come over, you gonna be like, "Nice to meet you, Cooper."
Yes. Yes. I
Yo,
am.
an idiot.
What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey. All right. So, listen, in a Black Information Network exclusive, I spoke with Asha Castleberry Hernandez. She's a seasoned U.S. Army veteran, national security strategist, and a foreign policy expert who has served in the Middle East and advised on international security at the highest levels. And it doesn't hurt that she's Black. So, we want to get some perspectives from somebody who's been there that look like us, right? She wrote the book on why national security matters. And in our conversation, she encouraged Americans. We spoke about the tensions in the Middle East and what was going on and how it impacts us here at home. And in that conversation, she encouraged Americans to change how we look at presidential candidates going forward, and the way they deal with foreign affairs. So many times we look and think about what they can do for us here domestically without considering the bigger picture, which when they represent us on a world stage prior to us voting for them. Let's take a listen to her comments from that interview.
It's not just about domestic policy, it's also about foreign policy. And we are experiencing that right now as far as a hard lesson of, oh yes, when I want to vote for Kamala Harris or President Trump, I had to take that into account, not just abortion, but also how do they manage their troops? How do they work with our allies and partners? How do they represent themselves globally, especially at international institutions? There's more to it when it comes to the presidency, not just all solely about domestic issues. And we need to break out of that single issue voting behavior that's not working out when it comes to the presidency.
Just a little word. But you can catch more of that interview this Sunday, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. on the Black Information Network's Black Perspective, BINnews.com.
You better get with the exclusives, girl.
Thank you. Meanwhile, President Trump is trying to get his big, beautiful bill over the finish line. He's scheduled for an event for the spending bill today at the White House at 4 p.m. The measure passed the House and now sits in the Senate, where Republicans can only afford to lose 3 votes. Democrats say the bill cuts Medicaid and other social safety nets by billions of dollars. Republicans say they are much-needed reforms to the programs that will cut the deficit. Of course, that deadline that they're trying to get that bill on his desk is July 4th. In other news, Democratic Congresswoman LaMonica McIver of New Jersey is pleading not guilty to 3 federal assault charges. Those charges stem from McIver's inspection visit last month to Delaney Hall, which is an ICE detention center in Newark, New Jersey, in the district that she represents. Now, there was a rowdy protest going on outside, and the feds are accusing the Congresswoman of assaulting ICE agents. Charges could mean 8 years in prison if convicted. Outside the Newark courthouse on yesterday, McIver told reporters she's certain she'll be vindicated. She was also joined by Newark Mayor Ras Baraka, who was also arrested at that same protest, but his charges were later dropped. Let's take a listen to their comments, McIver and Baraka.
But we look forward to the next time in court. We're going to take this all the way through. They know they're wrong, and we're going to prove them wrong because the facts are on our side.
These people have no grounds to arrest the Congresswoman. If you look at the video, she will be vindicated.
So the Congresswoman's trial is tentatively set for early November, and she is being represented by former U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, Paul Fishman. So I'll keep you guys posted as to what takes place with that. And in my last story, about 2 million Americans, this is going to impact a lot of people, maybe even me, are at risk of getting their wages garnished due to unpaid student loans. TransUnion reports 6 million borrowers are classified as newly delinquent as of April, meaning a borrower is 90 days behind on their payments. Not something, but even nevertheless, about a third of those newly delinquent borrowers could enter default as soon as July. So they're talking about garnishing pay as a result of not paying your student loans. And I know a lot of people, will put them in deferment. I mean, things are already hard as is with, tariffs and all these other things, So just keep an eye on your student loans. Try to put them in deferment or forbearance if you can. Just a word of advice. But that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Y'all can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much. Now, when we come back, Joy Taylor will be joining us, co-host of Speak on FS1, and season 2 of the Too Personal podcast is out right now. So we're gonna talk to Joy Taylor. We're gonna talk to Joy Taylor when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Hi, guys.
How are you, Joy?
I'm great. What an honor to be here.
Happy to have you. Do you ever get tired of talking just because you do it for a living? And then I see you on podcasts and interviews.
I do talk a lot. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Of course, we all get tired, but you have to reset. I'm like, I'll go home in total silence, not listen to any music, like sit in the dark like a weirdo, and then, just reset, and then we're back to it.
What's it like usually being the only female in the room?
It's fun. Sometimes you have to match the masculine energy, which can be its own kind of exhausting thing. But I think it's important, right? It's important to bring different perspectives into conversations. We see what happens when you bring a bunch of people in the room that don't have any diversity of thought. It's a dangerous space to be. So I actually think it's an honor, even if it is tiring sometimes to have to fight the good fight. But that's a role that is important, so I appreciate it.
How do you balance holding your own in male-dominated debates without constantly being forced to just prove you belong?
Well, I think you always have to prove you belong if you're in a male-dominated space, but it's about earning the respect of your counterparts too. Like when people really respect what your perspective is, and they know that you're not being combative with them from a personal place, then it's a different way of speaking. But also, like I always say, sports fans, our love language is animosity. Like when you talk about sports, you probably arguing. Like you just all the time. Like even if you are a fan of the same team for the same amount of time, you have a different perspective, and we just like to argue about sports. So I think when we're talking about other things, personal things, relationships, family, religion, politics, that's different. But when it comes to sports, you probably always going to disagree with someone about something.
what made you want to do communications? Like, what got you into that door and said, this is the life that I want, this is the career that I want?
So I have the same origin story of, I was doing the news with the hairbrush in the mirror thing
as a kid.
As a kid, but I think
your brother.
No.
Okay.
I was always like a spicy little individual. I'm the runt of my family.
And you sound like Angie Martinez a little bit. Every time I hear you talk a little bit, I hear a little Angie Martinez.
Thank
real
you.
calm, comfortable. I hear it a little bit.
What an honor. I love it.
He's trying to see if you're Spanish.
I'm not.
He's Dominican. He just trying.
Not Dominican.
That's all it is.
Shut up.
I'm not Spanish. I'm not Latino. I'm black.
That's all that is.
I don't know what you heard when he said I am black. I just heard a little in your voice.
You
That's
sound
what
like
I said.
Angie Martinez. You sound like J-Lo.
No.
I hate it here. Are y'all hiring? I want to leave. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, we're not.
Damn.
I'm not in charge. I've always loved radio. Radio to me, Howard Stern, has always presented this really interesting space that you can bring people in the room who are not there. Obviously, now we all have cameras and stuff, but the origin of radio, like listening to a great radio show, you felt like you had a group of friends or a family.
Yeah.
And the way that the noises in the room could just like bring people, like I wanted to be a part of that. And I love being able to be a personality over a traditional journalist. But I do think like studying journalism and studying communications really gave me a good base for how to do this job.
How difficult was it for you to finally break through and break in?
Well, yeah, it's really hard. It's hard. It's hard. I mean,
because nowadays people think they just do one internship and all of a sudden they pop and they should be getting millions of dollars and
are we
retiring.
being those elder millennials?
Yeah.
We were traumatized and we feel like we need to pass that trauma to the next generation. Nobody wants to work anymore. No, I think we've swung a little bit too far in the other direction. I think that it's more about the process. Every step that I've had in my career, every internship, every part-time job, every producer job, every, freelance job taught me something about what I do now. I'm really grateful that I started as a producer because now not only do I think I hire amazing producers and I know how to source that kind of talent, but I respect what they do. I'm not going to pop up 5 minutes before the show and expect them to have, changes ready for me or stats ready for me. It helps me prep for shows better because I have that background. So, I think the process is lost a bit. That's a recipe that we've lost is the process. And it's exhausting, right? It's hard to work really hard and not get the job that you think you want or be passed over or, do 20 years in a business. But we all know for the most part, it used to be, and maybe in some ways it still is, this overnight success was really 10 or 20 years in the making. Like everybody has a breakthrough point in their career. And if you've been doing the work, when you do break through, now you have a lasting career because you did the work. And I don't think that it's a bad thing that people can pop off like that. But if you want to have lasting power and if you really want to turn it into your career in a business, you have to understand the nuances of all of this. Like, this is a business. It's not just coming in here and talking on a microphone and being entertaining. There's so much that goes behind the scenes of making a great lasting show. And when you put in the work, I think it's easier to do that. But breaking through is hard for everybody.
I haven't seen anybody escape the process yet. Like, everybody always talks about these people that just came out of nowhere, but if you go and look at their origin story, they was doing something for a long time before they took off to that next level. I haven't seen nobody just come in and say, okay, instantly, boom, you want.
That's what they want.
That's what they want. Yeah.
Well, social media makes everything seem like it's so easy. But even influencers, like when people talk trash about influencers that are making a bunch of money or have big followings, and like, are you going to make 6 videos a day?
Yeah.
Because, they're not digging ditches, but these people are making content. They're being creative. They're spending time online. Like, all of that is energy and effort. So I don't want to diminish what they're doing just because, it's not hard work, but it is work. And you either want to do it or you don't. So I just think the business has changed in some ways for good, in some ways for bad, as it always does. It's always evolving and, evolve or die.
Is there a stereotype about women in sports media that you feel like you've personally broken?
No. Maybe that I can hang in some intense conversations and not get emotional, but I think that's just my personal makeup. Obviously, there's this idea that women are more emotional than men, which I think our current administration has done wonders to disprove. But there's this idea, particularly in the opinion side, that women can't be in these like really intense debates or conversations because we either don't have a strong opinion or point of view, or we'll take it personally if someone comes at us. And because I work in the opinion space specifically, I feel like maybe that is a stereotype that I've helped to dispel, because that's a thing that keeps women out of the opinion space, is like it's going to look weird if you're like yelling at me or something like that. And I feel passionate about what I think and my point of view, and if you don't have to agree with me or disagree with me, and it's about keeping a level of respect too. Like whenever you guys are having intense conversations, there's a line that you don't cross. Even if you feel very passionate about it, you're not going to take it to a space where like we can't. Okay.
Oh, not in here. We be like, shut the up. Shut your ass up.
No, we just real
crazy. Dumbass.
Calls me waffle
Dummy.
Negro.
She be like dummy.
Calls me Latino, Dominican, dummy, shut up.
Not that being an insult.
But that's just how we talk.
Go ahead, bitch. Like, we go on.
But you have a level of respect for each other that you can do that then.
Sometimes.
But whatever it is, it worked.
All right, we got more with Joy Taylor when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Joy Taylor. Charlamagne?
We live in this world where everybody's just yelling out hot takes, right? What role does empathy play in your broadcasting style?
I think it's very important. I think I don't believe in being humble. Like, I think that's a thing people use to dim your light, keep you small. So I don't like humble. But I do think empathy is very important. And, having seen the other side of it, I've seen my brother get traded. I've seen him retire. I've seen him deal with injuries, deal with family things. We all do a job where you might not be having the best day, but you still have to come in here and be funny. You still have to come in here and be entertaining. You can't just call off because it's not going your way today. And athletes deal with that too. And we have such a high standard for professional athletes and college athletes too, that we sometimes remove the human element of what it is they're doing. Like, they're competing at the highest level. Like, I do it. I'm like, make your free throw. What are you doing? But like, we don't know what's going on in their head. Right. You don't know if they woke up today with a panic attack. You don't know if they're injured. You don't know. We don't know these things that are going on. So it's about keeping a level of composure, that these are not robots. These are people. They're dealing with things. When you get traded, you move to a new city. Probably your family didn't come with you right away. You don't know how to get to the stadium. You're dealing with new rehab people and a new massage therapist and new coaches and new teammates, and everything's new. Maybe it's in a city that you went from somewhere where it's hot and now it's cold. You're adjusting to that. There's so many different things and human elements to all of this that actually affect the outcome. And I just think it's important to keep that in mind. It shouldn't keep you from doing your job, but it should keep a level of sanity to what it is you're saying.
But when you look at the accolades that you've accomplished and how you got to where you are, do you feel like people don't see that part of it and they just see where you are now, and does that bother you at all?
I don't care, because the people who sign checks know what I do.
Damn.
So, and the people in the business respect what I do. Right. Like, my peers respect me. People who are far more accomplished than anyone in the business see what I do and know what I do and know what the path was and what it requires to do what we do every day. So I think it's important to remain grounded. It is, because you can get caught up in what people say about you and diminishing things and whatever is happening on social media. But when the work has been done, it's been done. And I've had the real honor of working with some really amazing people in the business who saw me come in every day and do the work and knew what it took. And so I have their respect, and that's what matters to me.
Gotcha.
I was going to ask your take on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Lord. She put her hands on the desk. Lord, give me strength.
It's a really nuanced situation. I think that Caitlyn brings out this real, like, how do I say this and not get canceled? She brings out this energy from people that she needs to be protected. And I don't think she feels that way. I doubt she likes being talked about that way because she's a competitor and she's amazing at what she does. The pinning of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, it sometimes doesn't even make sense. Like, they'll be talking about Caitlin Clark and just bring up Angel for no reason. There's no affiliation to it. We were talking on the show the other day about if, like, the league needs to protect Caitlin Clark or, like, the violence against Caitlin Clark. I'm like, listen, if you're new here, that's fine. But the WNBA is a very passionate, very aggressive league. Like, they are fighting. It doesn't look like the NBA. And it's not refereed like the NBA is. So I think the whole conversation with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has gotten way out of control. Yeah. Angel is a great player. Caitlin is also a great player. They're not the same type of player. And they're starting their careers. Yeah. Angel really upset people with how she taunted Caitlyn after the championship, as she should. And if a man did it, we wouldn't have even talked about it. People didn't like watching Angel in Caitlyn's face, and we know why.
Because she's black and Caitlyn's white.
Because she's black and because she's unapologetic. And this idea that you got to show up and be all demure, and there's some level of sportsmanship that women are required to match that is a standard that we don't even have these conversations about men. Like, we would not even be talking about. I can't even imagine a producer coming to me like, we're going to talk about the trash talk that went on in the game last night. Like, in an NBA game, in an NFL game, we're talking about trash talk. But they want to do that with the WNBA. It's like they're competitors.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even think they do it with the WNBA. They just do it with Caitlyn and Angel. Because I've seen, like, that game between the Fever and the Connecticut Sun the other night was way more chippy, way more wild happened in that game. When Angel was playing, I forgot who they were playing, and the girl pulled her hair, and then she pushed her. None of those stories was as big as Caitlyn and Angel's little kerfuffle from earlier this year.
No, but, like, that's it's all about the positioning. I mean, personally, I think it's amazing for the league.
Me too.
The moment that happened, I was like, this is the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird moment for the WNBA. And it has absolutely been that. Is it racially charged? 100%. There's no way to deny that. Has it brought a ton of new eyeballs and conversations to the WNBA? Yes. And to me, as a storyteller, I think that's important. Yeah. Because we will find our way through the racism and misogyny and all of that of the conversation, but people talking about the league, people paying attention to it, actually having a point of view on it, I think is important. So, people come at me because I say that Caitlin Clark would not be as talked about as she is without that moment from Angel. And that's just the facts.
I agree.
I do this every day. We were not doing whole topics on our show about the WNBA before Angel did that with Caitlyn. That doesn't mean that Caitlyn wasn't a great player. It doesn't mean that people didn't know who Caitlyn was. But I've been doing this a long time, almost 2 decades. That moment created the conversation that we're having now. And yes, it was about people not liking watching Angel, this black woman, in this white woman's face. That was a part of it. And now it's created this whole conversation, which overall I think is a good thing. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with Magic and Larry. What the NBA was failing, and they positioned them as such. Now we're having whole conversations, and the Lakers are selling for $10 billion. So it's all, a convoluted, nuanced conversation. But in the end, I just wish that people would now adjust to watching the game for what it is, rather than positioning the two of them against each other. But they'll probably deal with that their whole careers.
I also don't have a problem with the WNBA protecting Caitlyn, and I'll tell you why. I remember in the 90s when they had, there was the Michael Jordan rule. It wasn't ever anything that people confirmed, but the NBA had kind of changed the way the referees, call things and the way the players play to protect him from getting hurt. Because he was the box office draw. And when you see Caitlyn not play and they say the whole league's ratings dropped 55%, I can understand them wanting to protect their investment.
Yeah, we don't need to know about it if they do.
We don't need to know. I agree.
Let's find out 20 years from now if they do that. But what is not going to happen is the other players on the other team are going to see Caitlyn walk on the court and be like, we need to be very gentle with her.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make sure that we don't, this is the product. That's not going to happen. And that's very silly, the thought that it would.
All right, we got more with Joy Taylor when we come back, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. From Fox Sports, we're still kicking it with Joy Taylor. Charlamagne?
You're very unapologetic when it comes to talking about politics, race, gender, sex. Do you ever feel pressure to just stick to sports, or are those days over?
No, those days are over. But I also think, I don't want to force those things into a sports show. That's not the product that people came to me for. If they're watching a sports show, it needs to be about sports. It can be entertainment. We can add personality. We can, have our jokes and stuff. But they're coming to us because they want to talk about Game 7. I don't need to put my opinion about what's going on in the world into the show just because I have that platform. I have other platforms for that. And, I think I have to respect the audience in that way. I think that's important to do. If you create a platform where they come to you expecting you to talk about, activism and politics or relationships and sports, then you can do that. But if it's a sports show, and I respect that.
Is that why I know you do the pod by yourself now, but is that why you and Taylor started the pod together, to have that space to just talk about, I guess, other things?
Yeah, I mean, we're all multifaceted people. When you're building a brand and you're ascending in a specific lane, I think it's important to really dig in on that for success, to be hyper-focused on doing that. But, I've reached a point in my career where people know what it is that I do when it comes to sports. So it was time to give a little bit more. And like I said, I started on the radio side, and when you're talking for 4 hours on live radio, you tend to venture outside of sports, particularly locally. So it was an opportunity for me to get back to that.
What happened with that podcast? Because I mean, you don't know, but you and Taylor are very popular in male group chats.
Are we?
So when that podcast was launched,
no idea.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like literally, I remember the day it launched. I had 3 or 4 different group chats all sending that one link.
Good.
Yes.
we love when the men support us. Taylor is a very, very busy woman. And that's all it is. She has Amazon, Thursday Night Football. She's now doing the NBA with them. She has her show. It's a big commitment to do a podcast as well. So that's, we had long conversations about how we were going to make it work, and she just has way too much on. A good thing, of course, booked and busy, the best in the business, but she just has too much on her plate.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you got to be committed to. Like, if you're not committed to it.
I know, and her and I both are, we believe in excellence, and if you do something halfway because you don't have the bandwidth, then it's not going to be what it needs to be. So, yeah, I mean, I had the bandwidth and wanted to continue doing it, but yeah, she doesn't have there's only 24 hours in a day.
Do you feel pressure to show people that you're not just a pretty face?
No. People who think that are going to think that no matter what kind of comes out of my mouth. They've already decided that that's what it is. And, if I was just pretty, I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. There are literal models. There are supermodels that don't do this job. There are people who are considered to be literal walking angels on this planet, and they don't do this job. So you either have the skill to do it or you don't. And if people think that I'm here just because I'm pretty, I must be very beautiful. So I take it as a compliment.
One thing I love about you, Joe, you did not shrink when got hot. Was that intentional? You're like, I cannot let them see me sweat or shrink right now.
Yes, it was intentional to show up as I did. I'm not an unintentional person, particularly when it comes to what people see from me publicly. But when you know yourself it's easier to continue to show up as you are. And there's always going to be things that happen in life, that happen in this business, that happen when you're a front-facing person. And when you get into the business, that is the risk we take of putting ourselves in front of the camera, of putting yourself out there, that things at some point might not be the best for you. And yeah, I mean, what's meant for me is still coming. So I won't say that there were not dark times, but I'm very blessed to have an amazing family and amazing friends and mentors and an amazing team and people that know me and have known me for my whole life, reminding me of who I am and what I deserve. And I'm really grateful for that, because even when there are moments of doubt of what it is you deserve or what it is you're capable of or what it is that you know, how you should show up in the world, when people are there reminding you, it's important. So I'm grateful to have an amazing group of friends, an amazing group of like just support around me. But yeah, everything's intentional.
Is it hard not to address?
No, I've never felt compelled to litigate that. Genuinely.
Did you feel betrayed at all when everything happened?
I have felt a lot of different emotions. I think it's a grief process when something like anything like that happens.
Yeah.
I'll say I've been through a lot of traumatic things in my life. A lot. And I think anytime you go through a trauma or, grieving period of something, you can't decide who you are when it's happening.
Yeah.
And that's been the biggest thing for me, is I'm like an extremist. It's this or that. I'm working on it, but it's this or that. And I know years from now, I'll look back and I will feel differently than how I feel right now. And I'm trying to be patient with myself in that way.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot to adjust to. Like, it's a new reality. And I'm trying to choose myself and be gentle with myself. If that makes sense.
Now, if you could talk to 22-year-old Joy entering sports media, what's the one survival skill you'd give her that you had to learn the hard way?
I had to learn the hard way. Probably patience. You have to be patient. And I do preach that to young people in the business, because you start to get, okay, I'm not making this money, or I'm not getting this opportunity. Like, if you want to be successful, you cannot quit.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the main part of what success is not quitting. And it's a long journey. Like, it takes time to come up in this business. It seems like it's easy because of social media, but you've got to put in the work. You have to continue to put yourself out there. You have to continue to network. You have to continue to go to events. You have to continue to tell people what you want to do. And the advice that I give everybody, which is something that I, for some reason, just knew very early, in the creative space, there's so many different jobs, right? Like, there's different things that people do. There's so many different spaces you can get in. Take a time to know what you want to do. It doesn't mean you're going to do that forever. You have all kinds of different businesses that you do. But at some point, you, like a doctor, put your head down and worked for a specific goal.
That's right.
And the creative business is so easy to get distracted. Okay, I'm going to take this job. Okay, this pays more. Like, it's going to take you off your path. And if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a teacher, or you're an accountant, these are like jobs where, okay, this is the next step. So it's clear. It's hard, but it's clear. This is not that kind of business. And now more than ever, because there's so many different platforms. So I always just tell young people, be patient and decide what it is your goal is. Because you can get swayed into a million different spaces, and having a goal is important.
That's right.
Does anybody ever tell you look like Laura Goldman?
God damn it, is she Spanish? Let me look her up. Y'all just ask her if y'all want to know if she's Spanish.
No, I'm not.
She's not Spanish.
I am not Latina.
I ain't never say she was Spanish.
I am black.
Do you know who Laura Goldman
Yes,
is?
I do. I do.
Look like a young Laura Goldman.
Thank you. She's beautiful.
And she's Mexican.
But I am not Mexican.
Yes.
Oh my God! I did not hear Joy.
Yes.
What? I love my Mexicans.
I didn't want to put
I
the
love my
Mexican
Mexican
roof on you
people.
like that.
No, I'm not Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like you can be our little sister. That's why I asked.
Yeah, no. I
You're not of any Spanish descent.
I have of no Spanish descent whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay.
Joy Taylor, new season of her Too Personal podcast is available now. And yeah, man, thank you for coming. And don't be a stranger, Joy.
Anytime.
It's The Breakfast Club.
Go ahead, Jess.
Girl, yes.
Go ahead.
I cannot wait to see Chris
All
next
right.
time around.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody. She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Simon Guobadia.
Yes, okay.
You heard me?
Yes, you're right. You said it right.
Okay, because I was like, just say it, because I always get his last name wrong.
You asked Jess?
She said,
yes.
She does it well. Say
Guabodia.
Okay, there
exactly.
You go.
Thank you.
Very on T, period. Simon Guobadia, the ex-husband of Portia Williams, has sat down with Page Six, and he says that he regrets marrying Portia, and it was nothing but a $5 million rehab project.
Damn.
Let's take a listen.
Do you regret marrying her?
Absolutely. Because she didn't respond because I kept asking her, why did you file for a divorce?
Why did you
she wouldn't say anything. I tried to reach her mom. Her mom would not respond either. I later figured out this felt like a coup. I was totally blindsided. I was no member of her family, whether on the mother's side or on the father's side, reached out to me. I essentially sent her a text message. I said this was a $5 million rehab project that I took on. She never shared her concerns or issues with me before filing for divorce. You discuss issues and say, hey, if this does not change or something does not happen, this is what might come of it. We never had those discussions, and I'm happy to share with you text messages where I was essentially blindsided by the divorce fight.
I'm not going to say, he lying. That may be true. Maybe Portia never asked him things, but he's not going to tell me that both of them, I feel like, okay, it was your money that got her, and it was the way she looked that got you, to be honest.
Yeah, but does that mean he has to give up so much money? And think about it, 14 months, and he's giving up $5 million for a 14-month marriage? That's not crazy to nobody else.
You got to think about what Portia gave up. You giving up your vagina. You got that man sweating on you. You know what I mean? No, for real. Like, people, we don't think about that. That's wife duties. Wife got to do things. A lot of things.
And honestly, our reputation taking a hit because of what people may think and what all the speculations leading around it. But it's like, if the argument is, Portia took that lady husband or whatever, he went right over there. You know what I'm saying? It takes two to do that. Like,
what speculation are you talking about?
Because he,
what's up.
No, because he left the girl. I mean, because there was so many speculations.
Got real Baltimore on you, Envy. If you was in here, she might have swung.
Tell me, Jess, because I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, what's the speculation you talking about?
No, because Envy he watches the show, but I didn't know if you've seen that season. But Simon was married to somebody.
Fallon.
It was Fallon, right?
Fallon on the show.
And Portia came to their house when they were married. She introduced Fallon to introduce Portia to Simon when he was her husband. And then next thing you know, a little bit down the line, now they married.
Simon saw that ice cream sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. You was supposedly happily married too, and you left Shorty, and you courted Portia. Well, so it's just as much on him as it is on her.
I thought Portia was upset and said he was doing some things that he didn't say to her when they were married, like some things that he didn't disclose, whether it was business or the fact that he wasn't a citizen. That's the reason why I thought Portia divorced him, not the other stuff.
She did
you marry a Nigerian, you kind of got to expect those.
It's like a little stereotype.
She did allege that when she was here, Envy, but she did. Simon talked about a little bit of what you talking about, Jess, with the whole Fallon situation.
Right.
Let's listen to Simon on why Portia filed for divorce.
What do you think Portia's reason was to file for divorce?
I think I was targeted.
In what way?
I was targeted from day one for financial reasons. When I filed for divorce from my previous ex-wife, she was in my DM praying for me. And I think I was in a vulnerable position at that time. And I entertained it. And it just kind of snowballed from there, getting engaged in 30 days, I mean, who does that? I was out of my goddamn mind to have done that. And of course, I'm paying dearly for it.
People talk about Sierra's prayer. Portia, baby, run that prayer.
Man.
30 days.
But he's sitting up here really talking about, I was bamboozled and I didn't know. Like, come on. Like, stop playing, yo.
Yeah, it's like he acting like he didn't make choices.
Right.
Like, regardless of how things turned out, you made every single one of those choices.
Exactly.
You decided to get engaged. You decided to get married. That was you.
Nobody else
deal with the
is
consequences
crazy.
of your
Yeah, the fact that they got married is fine, and the fact that it
In
didn't
30
work
days,
is crazy.
bro.
But
Engaged
the
in
fact that
30
the court
days.
decided to give $5 million after 14 months of marriage, that's not crazy to
But
nobody.
they both signed a
Especially
prenup.
when they both have money.
But the judge upheld a prenup that you both agreed on,
Exactly.
correct?
That's
That was a
crazy.
decision that was made by both parties.
Exactly. Choices were made
Before
by
getting
adults.
married.
Yes.
And Simon, I've been telling y'all guys how this prenup went down. Simon also talked about the prenup as well. Let's take a listen to that.
There was some reports stating that the judge overseeing your divorce case has upheld the prenup that you guys signed before entering marriage. Are you able to share a little bit about what those terms are or look like?
That she receive $40,000 a month in alimony for the length of the marriage, which was 14 months. She gets to stay in the house, all expenses paid, including the mortgage, up to 36 months. And if she chooses to own the home, she would have to refinance the property in her name, and she will have to give me 50% equity in the home.
You're vowing to appeal this decision for sure.
1,000% is going to be appealed.
I don't understand why adults get upset over choices that they
made, right? And they willingly walked into the church. Man, just
And be
because
over
she
there
was
hurt.
in your DM.
No,
I know,
I'm
he's
not hurt.
really hurt.
Just the
He's
math
hurt
ain't
for him.
the math ain't mathing. It's just
I
get it.
But he created the math problem.
Yeah.
Right, but the prenup
he did the curriculum.
Cheers to Portia.
Yeah, man.
Right,
Take a
but the
shot for her.
prenup was $40,000 a month for the time that they were married, right? It didn't say anything in the prenup that I got to split my asset, which is the house.
No, the equity conversation was in the prenup. That it was the 50% equity thing was in. That's what I'm saying.
And we don't
of
even
this
know what he's talking about.
Was outlined.
I'm listening to what he's saying.
I reported on this 2 times already in here. You don't listen to nothing.
He
I
should
don't
know
be
about
listening
court
to you
There was an
sometimes.
equity agreement that she would receive 50% of equity on the home, or she could buy him out of the home. That was all of this is outlined in the prenup. He's upset that the judge upheld the prenup.
Yeah, feelings don't matter when there's actual paperwork. Like, so
Hey,
I don't.
just because somebody jump in your DM and pray for you, I mean, you go and propose to him 30 days later. Like Pretty V be
Run
and people
that
DM praying for
prayer.
them all the time.
But Pretty V don't look like
that
Portia.
prayer.
Yeah.
Come on, we got.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, when
Pretty
you right,
V
you
is
right,
gorgeous
bro.
though, because that
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's saying like,
I know what he mean.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Well,
I mean,
it is what it is. I don't.
Portia
feel-
should be a pastor.
She should what?
She should be a pastor.
I'm going. Please
We
make
all
that
need
church
some prayer, right, Ray?
stream it on. Not Red dropped the bomb for the prayer. Red dropped the bomb
We
for the
cancers.
prayer.
We understand each other. Me, Red, and Portia understand each other. We all cancers.
Absolutely.
Baby,
Okay.
listen. Shout out to my homegirl that did this interview over at Page 6, Bernie Zillow, because this was a good one. I'm
Yeah,
glad
it
we got
was.
some insight from Simon Guobadia.
And speaking of divorces and cancers, happy birthday to Iman Shumpert.
Mom's a cancer too.
Yes,
That's right.
he is. And
Today's
he
his birthday.
Divorce. Yes.
The
Happy
26th.
birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn,
sure.
duh.
She just said
He just said happy birthday to Amar Shumpert. Oh, today's his birthday. Oh, my goodness.
You
All
still
right.
wrapped up in that cancer Portia prayer. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. She got all y'all
Is the
spinning.
latest with Loren. And don't forget, coming up, Just Fix My Mess. If you want to get on the lines, 800-585-1051. You can start calling right now. Now, Charlamagne, you got donkey today?
I do, man. 4 after the hour. Man, this man needed some prayer. But we'll discuss. His name is Michael. What's his name? Michael Navratsky. And he's a person that I can't stand because I hate people who get mad at obvious truth. We'll discuss.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. You heard that right. 1% down on a home with One Plus from Rocket Mortgage. Learn more today at 800-4ROCKET or rocket.com. Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Hashtag 3030.
I just wanted to know how you came up with the donkey of the day.
Tell her, baby.
Because you're mean.
I am not. What did I do? I made donkey of the day.
There's a bunch of donkeys out here in the streets.
That is why Charlamagne is here.
If we live a life where we bite our tongue based off who we may offend, we never would say anything.
You don't give a damn, don't throw it up. Hey! Give it to him. Give it to him.
On the Breakfast Club.
In the words of Charlamagne the God, he's a donkey. That was
Oh man, Charlamagne, you giving donkey today to who now?
Well, Buster Rhymes, donkey today for Thursday, June 26th. Have you hugged the cancer today?
No.
Did you hug Chris before you left the house?
I did not. It was way too early.
Well, it is our season, okay? You know we sensitive. Drop on the clues bombs for us. Hug us. Tell us you love us. Don't wish us happy birthday early. Tell us on our actual day. I had 2 friends do that already. Wish me happy birthday early. Thank you, but no, I want to hear it on Sunday, June 29th. But back to the matter at hand. Donkey of the day goes to a Wisconsin man named Michael Navratsky. He is 67 years old, and he's the type of person I hate. Okay, the type of person who gets angry, who gets defensive and violent because you simply told them an obvious truth. Okay, it's one thing to have an honest opinion. It's another to state an obvious truth. Okay, for example, I'm 5'6", 3/4. Okay, sometimes 5'7". If I don't get a manicure, that extra skin at the bottom of my feet can get me to 5'7". That is an obvious truth. Okay, I can't lie to people and tell them I'm 6'5". They can see me. Even if I told them I was trans tall, they would hush. They would say shorty tripping. Okay, so there is no reason to get mad at obvious truths. Okay, especially obvious truths that you can do something about. Another example: if I smell Jess Hilarious's breath and I say, Jess, it's not stink, but if it was, okay,
Wow.
and I say, Jess, your breath stink, that's an obvious truth that you could fix. Yes. No need for you to get mad or defensive. If. Okay, but it's just an obvious truth that can be corrected. Well, Michael Navratsky doesn't like obvious truths. See, he was arrested by police in Kenosha and charged with battery, strangulation, and suffocation and intimidation of a victim. He beat his wife. Okay, and the reason he beat his wife is because his wife told him something that a lot of y'all need to hear in this heat, and it's 2 simple words: you stink. Okay, I don't know if it's because folks is trying natural deodorants. I don't know if Right God, Old Spice changed the recipes. I even got caught out there a few weeks ago. I wasn't even doing nothing strenuous, but I smelled the kush. Okay, loud pack smelling mustard. All right, you ever smell under your own arms and start craving Funyuns? Yeah, that was me. Okay, and that's also you, but nobody telling you. Okay, see, Michael Navratsky's wife told him the truth, and she had no choice because when police showed up after he beat her, his wife, her name is Kimberly, said that her and Michael had been arguing for weeks because Michael hadn't showered in 2 months. Okay. Did you hear what I just said? Michael hadn't showered in 2 months. Now, she has earned the right to get a divorce. Okay, you haven't washed your funky ass in 2 months, and now it's a heat wave, and you got the nerve to sleep on my clean sheets? This really happened, people. I'm reading the police report. At one point during the verbal altercation, his wife Kimberly told him she did not want him sleeping on her clean sheets until he showered. My wife tells me that after I work out. Okay, you know, sometimes you work out, then you go in your room and lay on the bed real quick to muster some energy to take a shower. Get your funky ass up right now, okay? So imagine not washing for 2 months and then going to lay on some clean sheets. Bruh, you stink. Okay, you haven't washed in 2 months, neck dirty, behind the ears dirty, ass cracking, your gooch filthy, and when your wife tells you to do something about it, you get mad and beat her? The same energy you mustered up to choke your wife, you could have mustered up to wash your ass, okay? You haven't washed in 60 straight days? The irony of what you did to your wife is you need your ass beat. Okay, you would rather beat your wife than beat that funk. Not washing for 2 months, Donald Trump should bomb you without congressional approval. Okay, you waging chemical warfare on America by not washing for 2 months. That is an act of war. Okay, you ain't washing 2 months. You might be better off deceased because you damn sure already smell dead. At this point, he's not even musty. He's not even funky. He's historical. That stink got a timeline, okay? That Smithsonian-worthy stank. Michael, what is your problem? Did the soap in your house file a restraining order against you? Why are you staying away from it? 2 months, no shower? You got to start seeing a therapist because you're clearly going through some type of depression. But 2 months, no shower, that's not depression. It's biological terrorism. Listen. Sometimes the obvious truth stinks. But Michael, not as bad as you do. Okay, if somebody loves you enough to tell you that you smell like a roach's funeral, the least you can do is hit the shower and not hit them. Don't punish people for being honest, especially when the only thing more offensive than your attitude is the smell of your ass. Please let Remy Ma give Michael Navratsky the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Why she wait 2 months though?
Yeah.
2 months?
Yeah, that is crazy. But a roach's funeral?
You ain't never smelled a roach's funeral?
No, I never smelled a roach.
Really? So you never had a roach trap in your house?
No, not a.
You ain't never pick up a
roach?
dead roach and sniff it?
No, I'm sorry. That's different. That's different
disgusting.
for me. No, I never did. Never.
I'm sorry that y'all better than me.
Y'all didn't have toys in South Monk's Corner?
Of course, but we also had roaches.
What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you playing with dead roaches? You talking about sniffing them?
You ain't never study a dead roach just to look and see?
No, I had a cat that maybe did that, not a person. I didn't do that.
I feel judged.
That's
You
on
should.
you. You ever had a funeral for one of your roaches that you grew up with?
You ain't
your
never
roaches have names?
Hold on. So time out. All jokes aside. Y'all ain't never took a dead roach and put it in a matchbox and buried it outside?
No, I never really got to know
Sang Boys
none
to
of them
Men?
like that. No. How do I say goodbye to a roach?
R. Kelly, I miss you. Nothing? Really?
No, none of that.
I'm with Jess. Y'all didn't have toys out there when you were growing up?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all just play with roaches? Did y'all roaches die on
I don't know
their back?
about they. I don't know they. I'm just telling y'all about certain social science experiments that I did as a child.
Social science.
Jesus Christ. You need a hug. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that
do.
was Donkey of the Day.
You did cocaine.
Just, whoa.
All right, but I still ain't never played with no roach.
I played with lions. I ain't up playing with no goddamn roach.
Hey, yo.
I smoke cocaine too, though.
Yeah, exactly.
This, where we going?
With
Stop.
weed.
Please, stop, please.
And
Stop.
what did you do?
By
Stop.
accident. He
Stop.
was gay.
The roach? Oh.
No, I'm not gay.
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
gay.
Just
But I didn't
gay.
play with roaches. I didn't play with lions. You know what?
You played with
Just
Diddy.
fix my mess. What are you talking about?
With
800
Diddy.
585.
Y'all had a whole crew, Ciroc boys in the building.
Yeah.
Just fix my mess is next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Help me. Tell baby. It's the real deal. Help me. Help me.
Oh my God. I'm all up in your mess. I'ma fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Just gonna fix your mess, cause my advice is real.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, MB, Big Chocolate the Toe Sucker. What up, kid?
Not today, brother.
I need Jess to fix my mess.
What's that? What you got going on? And it better be some real mess or I'm hanging up on your ass. What you want?
Yeah. So Jess, listen, man. I got this neighbor, right, that I'm trying to get with. First, let me tell you, you look great in your booty shorts on Wow and Out. So do I just walk up and knock on the door, or I usually see her at the pool and try and get with her? What do you suggest?
I think you just let it happen organically. Has she ever given you an eye? Or, like, did you get any inclination that she might like you?
I'll give a little, massage at the pool and stuff, suntan lotion and rub the toes and all of that. So,
okay. If she's allowing that, you could have just made your move right there. Like, yeah, I think don't go over there and knock on the door and ask out, because it's going to be like, what are you doing? But wait till the next time you see her at the pool. Next time you rubbing her down, getting her all glistened with the SPF. You know what I'm saying? And then you'd be like, what we going to do? I'm going to kick this bitch into high gear. Like, what's up?
There we go.
What you want to do?
I appreciate that, Jess. I'd also like to see you on a game show. I think we need you on Family Feud in the future as a host.
Absolutely.
Right? Let's get rid of Big Nose Steve Harvey and give a woman a chance to host Family Feud, right?
Are you white?
I'm a brother.
Okay, I was going to say you better not be talking about nobody big nose if you ain't got one. All right, cool. That sound good to me.
Thank you for your time. Half a brain, Charlamagne. Take care.
Suck my
Damn.
Just fix my mess. 800-585-1051. This is about the 5th time this week Charlamagne invited a man to his genitals. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Ask about me.
Relationship problems?
Ask about me.
You need to beat your coworker's ass.
Ask about me.
Your coworker need to beat your ass? Call it up. It's Dr. Jess, and I'm here to fix your mess. It's getting very much messy. Let me fix it.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Faye. How y'all?
Hey, girl. How you doing? What's wrong?
Girl, I need your help. So I work at this racist job, right?
Quit.
But they pay so good.
What happened? Go ahead. Tell me.
It's to the point where, I'm getting monkey pictures put in my locker. I'm getting called the N-word. I'm getting banana peels put in my locker. And I want to quit, but I don't want to give them what they want, and I want the money.
Do you make good money?
Yes.
Okay, so all you got to do is start committing. You got to reverse it. You got to start committing these acts back to them.
Then they gonna fire my black family.
But okay, and then you file for unemployment with your black ass, and that's it. Because if you quit, you ain't gonna get no money. That's all you got to do. All you got to just leave jars of mayonnaise in their locker. You know what I mean? What else they like, Shar? You friends with a lot of them. What do they like?
Crackers.
What don't? Okay.
Just leave crack. I mean, if you're trying to be racist back, you leave crackers in their locker.
I'm sorry. What don't they like? Yeah, crackers.
No, that's not even that. You just want similar. Like they leaving banana peels because they calling her a monkey and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So you leave her crackers. Just leave them random crackers. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Or hot dog water. They smell like that sometimes. Yup.
Jesus. White Champion hoodies.
There you go. Something.
Because they got the cone heads, look like the KKK joints.
Ooh, yeah.
That's too expensive. That is
too expensive.
Yeah.
I think crackers and jars and mayonnaise work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, just retaliate. You want to say?
Yes, she gotta retaliate.
But what happens when she retaliates and then they say they never did that and then she gets in trouble and she gets fired for racism?
Well, you could put Black Lives Matter stickers in their locker.
Absolutely. There you go. Like, do something like that. But look, obviously, are you keeping note of what they're doing to you? I hope you are.
I am.
Okay, good. So she has the receipts to prove it. Like, they would have the receipts to prove it. So they started it. You finishing it. They fire you. It's still a win-win because you file for unemployment, period. And then if they... That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the only way to do it.
She should report first. Did you report first to Human Resources?
They don't care.
I did report it, and they told me to basically don't talk about it, be quiet, or they'll write me up.
Yeah, they don't care. So they have to make them fire you. You don't quit. Because one thing we are strong. Black people, period. So that's what you do. You go in and you give them the same treatment that they're giving you until they fire your ass, and then they have to pay you, period.
Okay, thank you.
And then you can sue.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's going to work for you, but...
Damn. Are you the only black on the job?
I can do. Huh?
Are you the only black person on the job?
It's like 5 of us now.
Okay, are they racist toward all 5 of y'all, or is it just you?
I feel like they racist to everybody, but they pick on me because I'm quiet.
Girl, you better turn into Django. Talking about you quiet. You better get loud and yee-haw. I don't care what you do. Don't get quiet, because we don't shrink. You know, black people we ain't meant to be little. So go turn up on their ass. That's what they need.
Are you telling her to put a silk scarf on and go live?
Period. If we go live, recording them right in front of their ass. Period.
All right. Well, good luck, Mama.
Just
fix my mess. 800-585-1051. When we come back, we got the latest with Loren. Don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Just got a quick question before we get to the latest with Loren. Jess, did you work out yesterday?
I did work out yesterday. Where were you?
Okay, I just want to make sure. I'll be back next week. I'll be back next week. You gotta
make sure that I work out. Envy, this is my 4th week, baby. I'm already stronger than you. What are you talking about?
Yo, get out of here.
You just wanted to go up there. I told Dr. Morris, listen, his wife even told him, stay home, babe, so you can do your 2nd week of training. He's like, no, I'm gonna go with the girls. And yeah.
I'll be back next week. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Now, Fat Joe has released a statement, and this is all in the midst of the $20 million lawsuit that alleges that he engaged in sexual acts with minors. He says, I've been tested these last few months. I've lost my big brother, my father, my mother, and now I'm fighting against these disgusting lies. But please know I will not break and I will never back down. I've had individuals in my circle take my love and kindness for weakness, but how many times must we forgive them? ? I've had people steal from me, grow jealous of me, lie on me. Through it all, me and my family are the ones stuck dealing with the consequences of these bad decisions. If you get fired for doing something wrong, just take the L and live with it. But instead, they plot on your downfall as they watch you move on with your life. They decide to go after one of the things you value the most, your reputation. They figure they can make up the most insane stories, and if they threaten you with a lawsuit, then you'll pay, and they'll feel like they finally won. The problem with this theory, I've never let anyone on the streets extort me, so how would I ever let a crooked attorney and a coward ex-hype man extort me? I'm from the Bronx. Mr. Tyrone Blackburn, who is the attorney on the case, attorney at law, since you wanted the clout, we will finish you in court. The time of lawyers using their law license as a badge to extort people and destroy families with no evidence is over. I'm not the one. You've messed with the wrong one this time. And then he signs it, Joseph Fat Joe.
When are these lawyers going to get bought up on RICO charges?
Didn't he just get arrested?
He did,
Yes.
but at this point, it's just a racket. This is the pay me too movement.
Yeah.
Because if you literally understand how this works, right? They'll reach out to you. They'll send you a letter. They'll let you know, hey, we got this person that's going to make these accusations about you. But, it don't have to be public if you settle with us behind the scenes. And then when you refuse to settle, then they come out and
They make it
defame
public.
your character like this. Like, when that RICO going to start happening?
Yeah.
And I can't wait for it to start, right?
The Pay Me Too movement has to stop.
Yeah, I'm with you. And there's no reason that they'll do that, because the reason that they do that, let's be honest, is they know it'll affect your advertising, it'll affect your sponsors, it'll affect the people that'll book you.
Man.
Some places won't have you in their arena, or some schools won't book you just because of accusations. And it's effed up. And salute to Fat Joe. Fat Joe's a good brother. Like, Fat Joe is probably I would say one of the only celebrities that will call and check up on you to make sure you're okay without a record. So salute to my bro Fat Joe.
And by the way, to me, it's just as simple. It don't even got to be Fat Joe. To me, it's like, listen to everybody's story, right? Everybody has the right to tell their story if they have a story. But you still got to believe all proof. You can't just defame me and put these accusations out and say all of these heinous things and don't have any proof or evidence.
And it's like they don't even be trying to wait. They do it all at one time. Oh, we just seen him do it? All right, I'm gonna just say that we gonna say you did it too. Oh, and we just gonna say he did it. Like, all at one time. They not even planning this out ahead of time. Not even gonna let the dust settle from the last time they lied.
Well, Envy mentioned Tyrone Blackburn, the attorney in this case, and he's been known. He's also the attorney that filed the Rodney Jenkins.
I didn't mention him. What are you talking about?
You just mentioned, or someone mentioned that he was arrested in New York. Who mentioned that?
Jess.
I mentioned that.
Jess,
Yeah, I heard that he got locked up. What
I'm sorry,
happened?
Envy. I don't got nothing to do with that.
I want to know.
Yeah, so he was arrested in New York for allegedly hitting a process server with his car in New York City. The process server was actually a process server related to the Fat Joe case.
What's a process server?
Somebody that come and give you the paperwork when you're being brought into
You're being sued.
Yeah,
Yep.
And so he hit them.
Allegedly, there was something where he might have hit him with the car. So
what if he was serving papers for Tyrone Blackburn?
Right.
That would be crazy.
And then
right?
and then you hit him.
Well,
No, I think he was suing. They were suing him, and he had to be served. And I guess
Tyrone getting sued.
I said okay. So this is what happened. The process server is a 66-year-old messenger. He was serving Tyrone Blackburn with a complaint in this Fat Joe case because remember, not allegedly, but originally Fat Joe sued Tyrone first because of the things you were talking about, like the defamation allegations and things of that nature. But they are claiming that Tyrone Blackburn allegedly slammed his car into reverse and backed up, and then he hit the process server allegedly in the leg, causing a minor injury. And the victim went and reported the incident to police. So he was arrested after
And you
that.
trying to get these people out of here.
A lot of this would stop too if they realize how many times these lawyers don't win these cases.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like you hear the case go out, but you don't hear, such and such got paid.
Right.
Every case ain't the Diddy case, y'all.
Right. Yeah. Like, what is the success
Did
rate
anybody
of
get?
these
Cassie. I was
lawyers?
gonna say who got paid in Diddy
That's
case.
my
But
point.
Cassie's the only person.
Yeah, everything ain't the Diddy case.
Yeah, but most people, a lot of celebrities will settle out because they don't want this to go on. So we don't know the amount of times that a celebrity did settle out.
They don't want the
whether
negative
it was
publicity.
Exactly. Whether it's 30,000, 50,000, 10,000, 100,000, where you're saying you might lose millions in advertising. So sometimes a celebrity might feel like, or somebody with money might say, you know what, I'll just pay this 30,000, let it go away. But it got to stop. I'm with you, Charlotte. It got to stop.
It's the Pay Me Too movement at this point. Pay Me Too.
Yeah, definitely.
But y'all are getting paid. Nobody getting paid.
Nobody getting paid. And but speaking of that, it's Shannon Sharp birthday, y'all. So happy birthday.
Okay.
Cancer
Club
season.
Station.
Happy born day, Shannon Sharp.
That's right. It's his birthday. We're going to give it up.
What else, Loren? That's it?
Ain't nobody playing, girl. It's that man's birthday.
It is his birthday.
And it was a good time. I thought of him since while we was talking about all
Happy
this.
birthday, candles and all.
Yes.
I had one more. Selena Gomez. She sat down with Complex, where they do the GOAT talk, and she talked about her celebrity crush. Let's take a listen.
GOAT rapper. Can I tell you my first one that I had a crush on? Ice Cube. My God, but he's amazing. Like, I know. Like I never could tell. I had the biggest crush on him.
Really?
I was like 5. I love that. It's so weird, but I just thought he would protect me.
But I would never say that I didn't have.
Yeah, I'm just only saying it's simply based on my childhood.
Okay, wow. Play that again real quick because I want to hear that girl's response to her saying Ice Cube.
Goat rapper. Can I tell you my first one that I had a crush on? Ice Cube. My God, but he's
Black.
amazing.
Okay, wow. Crazy. She said, but he's amazing. She wasn't expecting Ice Cube to come out of Selena Gomez's mouth, honey.
And by the way, please, nobody waste their time and ask Ice Cube what he thinks about that.
No.
I don't want to tell y'all now, TMZ, anybody that sits down with Ice Cube, please don't waste your time asking Ice Cube what he thinks about that.
I know, that's right. She said Ice Cube.
She was talking to Carol G in the sit down. And she also did mention, too, that because they're talking about GOAT rappers, she said that she was a big fan of Eminem because her dad was a DJ and used to play Eminem all the time as well.
Yep, and that's why he's one of my favorite rappers as well. I resonate with her with that because my dad is a DJ. And he was the first and only, actually, white rapper that my dad blasted throughout the house. So that's why Eminem is one of my favorite rappers as well. Other than Vanilla Ice, but he's not my favorite rapper. But my dad played Vanilla Ice throughout the house.
What's up with your dad and the white rapper?
It's the DJ. No, he played a lot of black rappers, but he played a little bit of everybody or whatever. So
I'm shocked Selena know that though. She said she was 5.
She said she was 5.
Yeah.
Who do you remember who your first celebrity crush was?
She was born in 92. Ice Cube dropped The Predator in 92.
Yes, I was born in 92 as well.
That was your celebrity crush?
Yeah.
Ice Cube?
I'm saying, who was your first celebrity crush? Do you remember?
Loren Tate.
Absolutely. Mine was Bow Wow.
No, actually, no, Omarion. And then as I got older, Loren Tate.
I feel like a lot of us girls had like the Bow Wow Omarion Spring Tour era of like celebrity.
And people
crush.
were sleeping on J Bug. I was like, okay, J Boogie.
No, they slept on Lil Fizz. Lil Fizz was.
I guess I'm still asleep. But yeah, no. Fizz is cool. He cool. But no, I always like the Brown brothers. Yes, I did.
All right.
Res B was, Res B.
Okay. All right, guys. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Envy. Who did you have a crush on? Which one? You liked
DJ Clue.
B.
DJ Clue was Envy's first celebrity crush.
Charlamagne's first crush was Michael Bivins.
Michael Bivins. Oh, yes, it was. And you was little because you said that nigga was cute. You and your sisters was in the ring.
You said Michael Bivins was cute.
I was around all my girl cousins because I always was hanging with all the women.
Don't make an excuse now.
I've always been around all the women, and they were going around the room saying all of them was cute, and I was just trying to be down. They ain't had nothing to do with how I really felt.
I was trying to go down.
So you've been gay for a long time. Happy Pride.
Clue was your first celebrity crush. He taught you how to DJ by coming up behind you and putting his hand on top of your hand and going bricka bricka bricka.
Okay. All right. Now this the bomb I dropped.
I'm done with y'all.
Right.
Happy Pride.
He came up with the idea for the question mark logo.
That was not true.
I am shocked. Oh, look, before we got
shout out to Clue, though. This has nothing to do with
now you're going to say shout out to Clue? No. You know he don't like that. Leave him alone.
Talk about my segue. That was crazy.
Listen, did you hear that Offset said that his crush was Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah,
I did hear that.
She's so fire, first of all.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Offset and Fire, can we play that new record from Offset with Jig?
Yes.
That record
Perfect. Told y'all. But he said he got a crush on Sabrina Carpenter, honey. So let's see her come out the woodwork and see what she
got
can
that
do.
Offset record in there?
She should stay
Definitely
in.
don't, but I got it in the mix.
Right?
You played it in the mix?
Yes.
That record hard.
Yeah,
Offset got one with that.
Oh, my
he
God.
definitely dropped a banger.
The visual, I think he just dropped the tease of the visual, too. Another tease for the visual, too. Like, it's fire.
It's lit.
Yeah, what? Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't say it's fire now, Lauren. Don't try to get on this good side now.
I said it was fire from the day I brought it in this room. I told y'all
Trying to
that.
get on the good side now.
All right, you got a good song. You got a good song.
Whatever label Offset signed to need to put that money behind that record.
Absolutely. That is a good one.
It's a tough record. All right, well, let's get to the People's Choice Mixed Out the latest with Lauren. Lauren, you're going to court today, right?
Yes, sir. Opening statements start today.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, not opening. Closing.
Oh.
Closing. It's been a long 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. You heard that right. 1% down on a home with One Plus from Rocket Mortgage. Learn more today at 800-4ROCKET or rocket.com. Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in 50 states, NMLS, consumeraccess.org. Hashtag 3030. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now we got a salute to Joy Taylor for joining us this morning.
Salute to Joy Taylor from FS1, man. She co-hosts Speak on FS1. She's got a new podcast. It's season 2 of her podcast. It's called Too Personal. So make sure you check that out too, man. Enjoyed having a conversation with Joy.
All right.
Enjoy Joy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you're going to be
two
Joys
this week.
Yes?
That's crazy.
Yep, Joy Ann Reid and then Joy Taylor. Yeah, that's what's up. One Dominican, one black.
She's not Dominican.
Oh, what she say?
We had that whole conversation.
Oh,
Jess.
okay.
She's not Spanish. She's
black
and white.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. What you say, Envy?
I said, where you gonna be this weekend?
Oh, I'm gonna be in Virginia Beach, the 757. I will be there tomorrow. I got 2 shows at the Funny Bone Comedy Club, and then 2 shows at the Funny Bone Comedy Club Saturday. I will be doing meet and greet at the late shows on each night. And I just can't wait to get there. I'll also be at Venom Night Lounge, y'all. So make sure y'all come party with me after the show on Saturday for about 45 minutes. That's all I got for y'all. Love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all 757. And then July 12th, Arizona. Start getting your tickets for the Wild Horse Casino show. Me and my brother Desi Alexander will be there in your city, Phoenix. I haven't been there in a while, and I'm expecting for y'all to treat me great when I pull up. So get your tickets, JessHilariousOfficial.com.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the positive note. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do have a positive note, and it comes from the great Don Miguel Ruiz, man. Don Miguel Ruiz once said, we don't have the right to change anyone else, and no one else has the right to change us. If we are going to change, it is because we want to change, because we don't want to suffer any longer. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?